Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and today I would love to review this gorgeous wig for you, which is called Straight Up with a Twist Elite by Raquel Welch in my favorite color, Shaded Biscuit. Now, if you want to know how the color is composed, what special features she has, how the cap looks from the inside, and how I like her, then stick around and let's get started. So she's called Straight Up with a Twist Elite, and I have actually had her before, not in the Elite version, but in the standard version. And I have quite an amusing anecdote to tell you about how I got her and got rid of her again. So a couple of years ago, I definitely wanted to have this style. I ordered her, and my dear friend Silke also ordered at the same time a style called Real Deal by Raquel Welch, which is quite a similar style. It's also a bob. It's a little shorter than this and a little edgier and more razor cut all around and a tiny little bit shorter. We both received it approximately at the same time, and we both liked it, kind of, took some pictures and exchanged pictures, and then noticed that we loved the other style really a lot when we saw it, but weren't too happy with the style each of us bought, and then we just decided to swap the two styles. And so I sent my Straight Up with a Twist to Silke, and she sent me her Real Deal, and ever since we've had this, and we were both happy and have been wearing them for years now and are still wearing them. And then I think 1.5 years ago or so, they came out with the Elite version here, which is more or less fully hand-tied, and they often do this with very popular styles. And if customers ask about an Elite version, can't you do this in a fully hand-tied version? Since to many of you, this is something that is very important. For me, I really like hand-tied caps, but it's not something that I must have. I also love standard caps if they have the special features that are important to me, but I don't really have to have a hand-tied cap every time. But when I saw this here, I thought, this might also be something for me. Now, if I compare it to my Real Deal, I must say I still prefer the Real Deal, although I really like this one here. And I was just recently going through the sale section of Perückenglück.de, which is my favorite online shop in Germany, which belongs to my dear friends Jan and Silke, the Silke I was just telling you about. And I saw a couple of styles in their sales section which I really liked. I wanted to try, and so I just asked if they can send them over to me so I can try them on and decide if there's something for me, and also review them, of course. And they were so kind to send over 3 styles that, of course, I'm going to show you, and they're all Raquel Welch. And I'm really surprised that they're still there in that sale section, and we're all wondering and really don't know what it is that people in Germany or in Europe, where most of the customers of Perückenglück come from, don't go for the sales section that much. Because before there was Perückenglück, I always ordered in the United States myself, and I was always going through the sales sections of, you know, shops like Wig Studio One and Wigs.com and smaller ones too, of course, and was trying to look for a bargain, because why pay the full price if you can also get a great bargain? And some of these are really discounted a lot when they're in the sale or clearance section. So I really don't get it. I mean, these wigs are brand new. They've only been tried on, so there's no risk in buying that, except maybe for the fact that you can't return them once you get something from clearance. But you know, you get a great deal, and if you don't like it, you can always sell it yourself on eBay or some other online marketplace, Facebook and so on. So I'm definitely willing to take the risk. And if you haven't done that, why not go ahead and check out the sales section of Perückenglück, because they really have great sales. You get 20% on every style that is on sale. And by the way, this is some kind of a secret. If you have a coupon code, that also works on the sale. most times. So if you are a returning customer and have bought there more than 2 times, you automatically get a coupon code that works every time. And also they are running sales, of course, on many occasions like holidays and so on. And mostly these sales also work in the clearance section. So you can get an even better bargain and discount when you buy something with a coupon code. So I can only commend you to check out their clearance or sale section, because there are a lot of great styles, and also many in Shaded Biscuit, by the way. So most styles, when you unbox them, aren't really ready to wear. I mean, they look okay, but unless you're buying something with bangs, which is almost always looking good out of the box because the bangs are going straight into your face. If you want something like this, which should have at least a little bit of lift, it's kind of difficult, and you will always have to style it first, at least a little bit. And it's the same with this one, because you know, when it's brand new, all the fibers are directed directly towards the face. I have no idea why they do that, and I forgot to ask the designer of Raquel Welch wigs when I met him, but I'll ask him next time if I remember. And so I asked Jan if it's okay for me to style them just a little bit, so like the way I would wear them, and I can show how they can look when you have styled them, and they said it's okay. So if you buy this exact one here from the clearance section, in case it's still there when I post this video, just know that the zigzag part has been removed, and I gave it a little bit of lift with a blow dryer, and that's it. But apart from that, it's brand new. It has only been tried on by some customer and worn by me for an hour for making this video here. But other than that, it's brand new, and of course it still feels absolutely brand new. So let's talk about this style again. Like I said, it's a very modern bob. It comes down halfway into your neck. It's not shoulder length, and it's been thinned out and razor cut, especially here in the back and also here in front. You can see those layers here that are razor cut. And especially the Elite version also has a lower density than the regular version. It's a little bit lower, and it has quite a low density for Raquel Welch in comparison to brands like Ellen Wille or Bertress, for example. But it still has enough fibers in there, but in comparison to other styles, it has a rather low density. Now, the special features include an extended lace front and a full mono top, which means you can part it wherever you like. And the rest of the cap is mostly hand-tied with some wefts in the back, starting approximately here, which they usually do for more stability, because this is where the most tension happens when you comb through, and when it tangles a little, although this one here probably won't tangle at all or not a lot in that length, since it doesn't hit your shoulders or your clothes. There's no rubbing, you know, except for maybe in the winter with a scarf or some color of your coat or so. But other than that, especially in the summer, this here probably won't tangle at all, at least for a very long time. And the special features are really well done, as always, and as always I'm going to show them to you from up close. So the lace front is absolutely perfect, just the way I love it. All this is like we're used to by Raquel Welch. They always do such a great job with their lace fronts. The density is perfect. You can't see through. It doesn't look like alopecia at all. You know, this sometimes happens with other brands. And they also brought up the highlights to the hairline, but it's just very subtle. As you can see, there's not a broad white stripe or banding effect. It's just the way I like it. It's really well done, and the lace front is extended all the way down into the ear tabs to approximately here. The only thing I would change is that you can probably see the lace front is pretty long, and I would shorten it right up here to where the platinum highlights start, but don't cut it too short, otherwise the highlights will be gone. But I would shorten this a little so it's completely invisible. And also the mono top here at the part, you can see that it's knotted really well. It looks so natural, and you can see through to my scalp or the wig cap I'm wearing underneath, but it still has a good density. It's not too little like in newer styles where all the manufacturers started reducing the density here on top, which is something I hate. And this here has a good density and still a rather low density for Raquel Welch. But all in all, I'm really happy with the special features. All right, now let's have a look at her from all sides, and after that, of course, also outside in natural daylight. So, how do you like straight up with a twist? Is it your kind of bob with a twist? Or do you prefer rather classic bobs that have all one length or are more curved or, you know, not as razor cut as this one? Please let me know in the comments below. Now, the cap fits rather large, at least for a hand-tied style, which is something that surprised me. There is some bulk here in the back. I got quite some cap left here in the back that I can feel, but I do have more of a petite average head. I have an average circumference, but you know, my other measurements from ear to ear and forehead to nape are rather small, so it's not unusual, but I must say I was surprised. For a hand-tied cap, it really runs rather large in my opinion, but nevertheless, it fits great. And as always, let's have a look at the cap from the inside. So here's the cap from the inside. Here you can see that beautiful lace front that is extended all the way into the ear tabs. Here's the typical seam between lace front and the mono top, which is really big, so you really have enough parting space. Then she has felt covered ear tabs with the metal stays inside. This whole part here is fully hand tied. And in the back, she has some wefts sewn onto a closed cap. Then she has an extended nape and adjustable straps with Velcro. So all in all, this is a very well made, high quality. Now the fibers are Raquel Welch True to Life fibers, which are their heat-defined fibers. They feel absolutely amazing. I love and prefer the heat-defined fibers. You can use your heat tools to alter the style if you like, or also treat the ends if or in case they start getting frizzy, but like I said, it will take a while for that to happen. And I also prefer that the heat-defined fibers aren't as shiny or not shiny at all in comparison to the regular synthetic. Now, is there any permatease? Actually, I can't feel any at all since this is mostly hand-tied. So not even on the sides, I just don't feel any permatease. And like I said, it also has a lower density for Raquel Welch and makes it look really very natural, in my opinion. All right, now let's have a look at my favorite color outside in natural daylight. It's called Shaded Biscuit, and I've shown it to you dozens of times, so we're gonna keep it short this time. It has the color code RL1923SS, and Raquel Welch describes the color as the light ash blonde blended evenly with cool platinum blonde and dark roots. And I completely agree. It's classified as a neutral color. Now, it's cool through the platinum and the ash blonde, and a little bit warm through the sandy blonde that's in there. But all in all, it's quite balanced, and I would also call this a neutral color, leaning a little bit warmer maybe. It's definitely one of my favorite colors ever. Okay, that was my review of Straight Up with a Twist Elite. I hope you liked it and it's helpful. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any future videos, and it also supports my channel and is completely free. Now, thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you're well, stay that way, and I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Since so it's not so it's but you know my other method. Now the fibers are Raquel Welch Straight. Now, if you'd like to see a comparison of 3 Raquel Welch bobs that are just like this one here, check out this video here. And maybe you also like this style here, or you just watch them both.